This is the VOA Special English Development Report. Manute Bol played 10 years in the National Basketball Association, but he will be remembered as much for his basketball playing as for his charity work in Sudan. He died June 19th from kidney failure and a rare and painful skin disorder. He became sick while working in his homeland. He was 47 years old. A funeral took place at Washington's National Cathedral. Manute Bol was born in southern Sudan. He stood 231 centimeters tall. This is tall even for a Dinka, some of Africa's tallest people. His father, a tribal chief, did not think basketball was good work for a Dinka, but the teenager chose it over herding his family's cattle. He did not have much luck, though, the first time he went up to dunk the ball. As he once told the Washington Post, "When I came down, I hurt my teeth in the net." In the NBA, Manute Bol averaged fewer than 3 points a game on offense. But on defense, he became one of the most feared shot blockers in the league. Former player Rory Sparrow says Bol was not afraid of anyone, not even Michael Jordan. Sparrow says Bol once said, "Why should I be afraid of Michael Jordan? I kill lion. He come in, I block his shot." Manute Bol finished his career as the 14th best shot blocker in NBA history. He enjoyed his fame, but he never forgot his people. Years of civil war left southern Sudan in ruins. He estimated that he lost 250 members of his extended family. He helped raise money for refugees. Reports say he donated nearly all of the estimated $6 million he made playing basketball. Before his death, he was working with the Sudan Sunrise Group to help bring the country together. His goal was to build 41 schools. Manute Bol took his Christian faith seriously. "God guided me to America and gave me a good job, but he also gave me a heart so I would look back," he said in Sports Illustrated magazine in 2004. That year, Manute Bol broke his neck in a car accident. He was thrown from a taxi. After recovering, he moved to the state of Kansas and met United States Senator Sam Brownback. Senator Brownback said he cannot think of a person in the world who used his or her fame for a greater good than what Manute Bol did. He said he gave his life for his people. And that's the VOA Special English Development Report.
From VOA Learning English, we bring you news about technology in Special English. The World Bank estimates there are about 650 million mobile phone users in African countries south of the Sahara Desert. That is greater than the number of users in the United States and the European Union. Samia Melham works for the World Bank to increase information technologies in Africa. She says mobile phones are Africa's fastest growing technology. She says more Africans have access to the internet than to clean water or sanitation. She says mobile technology has brought about huge changes in how people live. CNN television recently named 7 ways life has been revolutionized by mobile phones. They include political activism, education, entertainment, disaster management, agriculture, and health. Banking is another industry that has been transformed by mobile phones. Reports say at least half of the adults in Gabon, Kenya, and Sudan use mobile money. Renee Mendy sells goods in the streets of Dakar, Senegal. But he never had enough money to open a bank account. Now, he uses a mobile phone banking service called Orange Money. With his telephone, he can add or take out as little as $1 from his account. He can make payments and send money to family members who live far away. Orange Money says it serves 4 million customers in 10 countries. The World Bank's Samia Melham notes that the French company is facing competition from other mobile banking services. That is not a surprise. The cost of sending a payment by phone is far lower than with traditional transfer agents like Western Union. For VOA Learning English, I'm Laurel Bowman.
I'm Alex Villarreal with the VOA Special English Technology Report. In January, a 5-day internet shutdown in Egypt failed to stop the protests that forced President Hosni Mubarak to resign. But it raised a technical question. Just how were Egyptian officials able to shut down internet service in their country? Craig Labovitz is chief scientist at Arbor Networks, an internet security company in the American state of Michigan. Mr. Labovitz says the internet is not as indestructible as people might think. He says there are points where the flow of computer traffic can be restricted. Mr. Labovitz says his researchers tracked the internet shutdown in Egypt as it was being carried out. He explains that in Egypt, internet users connect to the outside world through a small number of providers with international links. He said there are 100 or more providers within the country, domestic providers. But there really are only 4 providers that have links to the external world. And there are an even smaller number of data centers where the fiber optics cross Egypt. So only a handful of machines need to be shut down to have this kind of disruption. News reports suggested that the fiber optic links for those networks are all housed in the same building. Could a similar internet shutdown take place in the United States? Craig Labovitz says that is less of a possibility because of a larger number of internet providers and data centers. Still, the recent shutdown in Egypt has raised new concerns about a proposal in the United States Congress. Critics say the legislation could make similar action possible in America. The measure is known as the Protecting Cyberspace as a National Asset Act. Senator Joseph Lieberman of Connecticut first proposed the bill last June. Supporters say it would help protect the country's economic and national security from cyber attack. It would give the president the emergency power to shut down or seize parts of the nation's internet in the event of a major threat. Critics say the bill would give the president too much power. Some people call it the kill switch bill, an easy way to shut off the internet. They say the government could use it to censor the web and control the flow of information. For VOA Special English, I'm Alex Villarreal. Transcripts, MP3s, and podcasts of our reports are at voaspecialenglish.com. And we're on Facebook at VOA Learning English. From VOA Learning English, this is the Technology Report. The internet company Google is testing its newest device, Google Glass. Most of the technologies for Google Glass are already available on smartphones. What is different is that Google has taken those technologies and added them to eyeglass frames. Chris Dale is the Senior Manager of Communications for Google Glass. He says the device is a very small computer that sits in a lightweight frame and is positioned above the eye. He says it makes exploring and sharing the world around you easier. The glasses have a tiny video screen and camera that connect wirelessly to the internet through Wi-Fi, a smartphone, or a tablet computer. You can make and receive calls, send and receive texts, take pictures, record video, or search the web. You control Google Glass using your voice and a touchpad on the right temple arm of the frame. Professor Marcia Dawkins is among a group of people who have tested Google Glass. She thinks she could use the device in her classroom. Her Google Glass looks like a pair of bright orange glasses, but without the lenses. There is a tiny rectangular glass at the top right corner. She has been recording videos while biking. She has also been able to talk to her sister in Thailand. But not everyone is excited about Google Glass. Some are concerned about risks to privacy. They say the device will make it easy to video people without their knowledge. There are also concerns about the use of facial recognition technology. Google says it will not approve the use of such applications. The company says it is still testing Google Glass and hopes to make it available by early next year. For VOA Learning English, I'm Alex Villarreal.